Welcome, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'd like to welcome everyone to this edition of the Association of Fitness Studios webinar series. My name is Sarah Allen, and I'm the Director of Customer Service here at AFS. And today I'm excited to have as our expert presenter, Ivan Barrera of Faster Fitness. Ivan will be presenting how I turned a 1,900 square foot facility into a multiple six-figure studio and how you can too. Before getting started, a little bit of housekeeping just so everyone knows. Today's webinar should run around 45 minutes. We'll also be conducting a short Q&A at the end with our sponsor, ASF Payment Solutions, to learn more about their products and services. The Q&A about today's webinar will be handled within the chat section of the website. And if you have any questions at any point during the webinar, simply go ahead and post your question to the chat section below on this page, and we'll try to get to as many as we can once the presentation has concluded. About AFS. What is AFS? We are the most trusted and fastest growing online community dedicated to fitness entrepreneurs that take a chance on themselves and strive to start or own the best studios and gyms in the industry. Now, how do we do it? With benefits that no one else has that all businesses need to succeed, including the first ever major fitness business convention and expo called Succeed. More on Succeed can be found at www.succeedwithafs.com. And more on AFS can be found at www.afsfitness.com. Now, why do we do it? We support your efforts to change more lives. Fitness entrepreneurs can do amazing things, but business is hard if you do it alone. Through AFS, members have access to benefits that aren't available elsewhere and are truly at the forefront of emerging trends and privy to the insight on where the industry is heading to start or improve their business. And now let's meet our sponsor. ASF Payment Solutions is a Colorado-based leading technology company that provides software, complete payment solutions, and customer support to the fitness industry. With their trilogy of services, they allow members to focus more on their fitness goals and studio owners to focus more on their members, ultimately generating more studio revenue and building stronger fitness communities. And now let's meet our presenter. Ivan Barrera is a business coach and the owner of Faster Fitness Incorporated in Orange County, California. Ivan grew up with a very humble beginning and decided early on that expensive education and a 9-to-5 job was not for him. As a college dropout, he was driven by his passion to make his clients better every day. Ivan attributes his successful business to his commitment and learning from elite mentors along the way. He has developed a deep passion for sharing with other like-minded entrepreneurs. Now, with that said, Ivan, I'm going to go ahead and toss it over to you. The floor is all yours.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Sarah. I'm really happy and excited to be here right now. I'm talking about something that I am extremely passionate about. Today's title, How I Turned a 1,900 Square Foot Facility into a Multiple Six-Figure Studio and How You Can Too. I'm really passionate about this topic. The reason why is because for the last 8 years of my personal development journey, I've gone to dozens and dozens of conferences, hired different coaches and mentors, and one reoccurring theme that always happened at these talks and conferences is the massive gyms that these people had, right? 10,000 square foot facilities, 8,000, as little as 6,000. I never heard of anything smaller than that. So that was a little disheartening sometimes because if you're early on in your journey and maybe you're a personal trainer right now wanting to take that leap of faith and have your own standalone facility, that could be a little overwhelming, you know, and I think the biggest thing too that a lot of these coaches and mentors don't mention is how expensive it is to kind of have everything in motion in a big, huge gym like that, all the systems that you have to have into place. So I never really heard of a lot of people talk about smaller facilities and how you can make this your next step and make it make sense to you where you can run it lean and mean and a very profitable business. So extremely passionate about this. And so I want to go ahead and just dive right in. So for everyone listening right now, would you agree that the fitness industry is a little bit competitive, right? There are so many different kinds of facilities, and just to name a few here that I have: Soul Cycle, Orange Theory Fitness, Mind Rounds, F45 Training, Planet Fitness, Fit Body Boot Camp, Pure Bar, Core Power Yoga, the Camp Transformation Centers, 24-Hour Fitness, and Gold's Gym, again, just to name a few. And when I share this information with a lot of fitness professionals, when you see this, what do you feel? Maybe a little overwhelmed, it's a little disheartening, and it's, oh man, there's so many different kinds of things out there. And yeah, I mean, I can definitely agree with that. And this is just to name a few of the big brands, right? That's not to mention all the independently owned facilities out there like myself and maybe you that are watching right now. And different nutritionists, and everyone is competing for those eyeballs. Everyone's competing to have that clientele. So the reason why I share this with you today is because I feel even with every single gym, nutritionist, whatever is out there, I truly feel that in the fitness industry, we are falling a little short from our goal. And our goal is to help people become healthier and happier versions of themselves. And the reason why I feel that we are falling short is because why is the obesity rate as high as it is today? Why is it that we don't have healthier people out there? So I think we're falling short and we're failing from the ultimate mission. So I share this with you to shed some light on this and shed some light on that there is still hope, even if you're just starting out in this industry. So everyone in this industry can win. Everyone can have a profitable business. Everyone can have their share of transformation and impact in their community. You just have to believe that you can do that first off, and you need to find a way to take your message to the next level and make sure that you can actually kind of break through the noise of what's out there right now. So that's actually what I'm going to talk to you about today, right? How can you have your authentic message be out there so people just naturally gravitate towards you and not these other big guys, okay? So with this whole competition talk that we are talking about right now, there's one thing that I want you to remember, okay? Forget about your competitors, focus on your clients. This is something that I say to so many fitness professionals and gym owners out there, because I feel the people that are struggling the most are the ones that do focus a lot on their competitors. Like, oh my God, I had another gym just open up across the street. Oh my God, there's a big box gym that was opening across the street. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Essentially what we just mentioned right now, there is room for everybody in this industry to make it. There is room for everyone to create impact and results and transformation. That is why we are in this industry and why this industry is the best in the world. We are here to cause as much of it. And you, if you are brand new, you are a green trainer, I can guarantee you that you have space in this industry to make it, okay? But it starts with people. And this is something I share to a lot of fitness professionals and gym owners: people over profits. When you focus on people to deliver an experience that is anything like they've ever experienced before, making sure that every time they walk into the doors of your gym or your services, that it is always a wow experience. There's always a wow factor, and ultimately giving them the results that they are really wanting. That is how you expand into a profitable business. That is how you create impact. So people over profits, because when you focus on people, profits always follow. All right, so I want you to remember that, and let's have this mindset shift. So across this webinar today, I feel that there's going to be a lot of mindset shifts, and this is truly what is going to change your business. All right. So I want to dive into the business structure that we have here at Faster Fitness in my location. So again, there's some things that kind of happen in 1,900 square feet for us to scale to the next level. And a lot of people are a little confused on how to do that. And I want to just shed some light on how simple it is. I'm all about simplicity. There's nothing complex about my business whatsoever. Like, as you can see here, there's only two things that people can purchase from us. All right. So one is large group training, which a lot of people are familiar with, right? Essentially known as boot camps. And then on the right, we have semi-private. So essentially, this is a little bit more of a higher end service where 2 to 6 people max in a program can see a coach, and 1, 2, or 3 times a week. And here are our pricing points. So with our large group training, it's unlimited sessions as many times as they want to come in throughout the week, $169 a month on a 12-month program. Everything we do is 12-month programs. For one, we do that because we want to make sure that we have sustainability. We know what's coming in month after month and for the year. So it gives us a good idea of what we can expect on a yearly basis from clients. So $169 for us is fairly competitive with what's in the area. probably $20 more, $20 less. So we picked a nice little number right there in the middle that works well for us. And with a semi-private, 1, 2, 3 times a week, people can come and see a coach, and the large group is included into that. So like I mentioned earlier, very simple. The simplicity of this structure is super, super easy. And I don't really like having complex things in my business. So I make it as simple as that. Okay. And in order to get people into these programs, we have intro programs where people can just do the large group trainings for 30 days for $97. So they can just do that, try it out, and then sign up afterwards. Semi-private, if they want to experience that, what we do is $197 for a 30-day trial. We don't give away free week trials, 2-week trials. We tried all of that, and we just felt that the type of client that we got wasn't what we were looking for. So we want people to have a little skin in the game, to make sure that they invest in themselves, know that what they're getting is a quality service. And our job, and everybody who's listening, your job in these intro programs are to wow them as much as you can and give them results in advance. So then they can like you, love you, trust you, and then want to be with you long term. All right, so that is the business structure of Faster Fitness, and hopefully that's something that you can adopt moving forward. All right, so I have this system called the 3 C's to a Dream Small Studio. So these 3 C's are client acquisition, client experience, and client retention. So the first thing we're going to talk about is client acquisition. This is everything that you need to know on how to acquire your first couple clients, maybe your first 50, your first 100, whatever it is. This is everything that we currently do at Faster Fitness from a marketing standpoint, from content creation standpoint, and how we continuously do that day after day after day. So let's go ahead and dive into that. I want to go ahead and quote the marketing genius, Dan Kennedy. You cannot do business sitting down on your ass. And a little picture of Al Bundy here. I feel like that was appropriate. So the reason why I share that with you is because the days of you opening a business, especially a gym business at that, the days of you, I will build it and they will come mentality, that is completely over. That will not happen. You will go out of business within a year, less than that. So with that, I mentioned this because you need to put in so much time, so much work into making a gym business work, and especially if you want it to scale to growth and profitability, okay? I very much dislike a lot of mentors and gurus out there in the industry that say it's super easy for you to scale, it's super easy for you to get 1,000 clients, 100 clients, whatever it is. I don't pay attention to that because this is work, okay? So just like any business that's working, you got to put it into motion. So here are a couple questions that I have for you that would love for you to answer these right now if you have a pen and paper next to you. If you think about right now in your business, personal training clients, large group clients, whatever it is, who is your ideal client? Like if you think about right now, who is my perfect client that I love so much that if I had 99 more of these people, I would have a dream business? That's the way I like to think about it, because for me, we're a mom gym. Like we seriously have like over 120, 140 moms in here that have 2+ kids, drive an SUV, are between the ages of 35 and 50. So we really have our avatar nailed down to a T. So everything that we create, it's speaking directly to them. And I'm going to touch on that in a little bit. So if you think about right now, who is your ideal client? Who do you want 99 more of in your facility? Because if you had 99 more of them, you will have a dream business. So once you answer that, the next question you need to answer is, what social media platform are they using? So are they Facebook, Instagram? And for the most part, it is going to be those two. And it could be very overwhelming if you're new to social media, or if you just maybe are not that techie like most people would say. What I would like you to do is focus on 1, max 2. Don't do all of them. Don't follow the Gary Vaynerchuk approach, because it seems like that is extremely overwhelming. So you just kind of have to do 1 or 2 things. So if your avatar is like mine, where it's moms or just adult fitness in general, Facebook, Instagram, that's where you're going to want to live. Okay, the next thing is, how does your perfect client consume this content? So the way you find this out is you speak, you ask questions to your current clients. You ask them, hey, I know maybe you've been watching some of my stuff or reading some of my stuff. This is a random question, but do you prefer videos or do you prefer blog posts, pictures? Like, what's easier for you to consume information? I know that's a little different and a little random to ask your clients, but I promise you that if you ask them, they will give you all the answers. And because they already love you and trust you, they're going to tell you these things. So all the answers are within your clients already. So ask them, and then your next action step from there is to create and document that content as soon as possible. Okay, because what I'm going to speak about right now is how to utilize that content into acquiring more customers into your gym or your personal training services. So these are top questions that I feel that you should have answered before you create anything. So make sure you have that dialed in. So this strategy here that I'm about to share with you, which I don't normally share with a lot of people, this acronym here is a top secret strategy that I only share with my coaching clients, and I share with people that I like. And I think everyone on this webinar right now, I think you're all are great people. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you. So this acronym ABM, always be marketing. So I know that sounds a little silly, but always be marketing basically is a marketing strategy. And here's what the current state of a high majority of gym owners and personal trainers in this industry do. They have what is called a panic strategy, which is not even so much of a strategy. Essentially, I want more clients, so I'm going to go ahead and put promotions out there. Buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. Okay, great. I got a good amount of clients. So we're on the uphill of that. Oh my God, clients left. Oh my God, these people didn't sign up. Okay, another promotion. Buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. And then you go through this roller coaster all year long. How long do you think that strategy, quote unquote, strategy is going to last you? It won't last very long. So the reason why I thought about this always be marketing strategy is because this truly is a sustainable strategy where day in and day out, week after week, month after month, if you create quality content for your ideal customer. So this is where everything kind of blends in together. You need to create not only content, so not just workout stuff, nutrition stuff, whatever you're an expert at, you got to create it so it's speaking directly to, for me, moms. So everything I create is for moms because that is the kind of client that I want. And I do that literally week after week, month after month, all year round. So then when it is time for me to put a promotion out there or a challenge or whatever it is that I have going on, it is easier for me to get my perfect clients because I have already done all the legwork in the previous weeks and months with all the content, free content that I've been providing them. It's a lot easier for them to sign up because I provided them with useful information. And here's a big takeaway I think that you guys should write down is you want to provide a result in advance for potential clients before they even come try you out. So here's what that means. If you know, everyone watching this right now, you're an expert at something. So let's just say, for example, it's nutrition that you're an expert at. Help somebody at home with a meal prep routine. Help somebody with a recipe. Help somebody lose 5 pounds before them even coming to your gym or your services, because then they're going to remember that, hey, he or she helped me with this strategy in the past, and I see that they have a promotion now. Let me go check them out. See how that works? So you want to provide a result in advance and not be the guy or girl who is always promoting, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. You see how that works? So that's what always be marketing is all about. So I by no means am a Facebook ad expert or anything like that. I've just been learning this stuff for the last 7 years. So it's something that I'm always educating myself on. And this is a little strategy that has worked very well for us for the last few years. And I continue doing it because it just works. And it's from a branding standpoint, it has really helped us become the staple in our community and the go-to gym. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you right now. So step number 1 in this Facebook ad strategy, well, first off, if you're not using Facebook ads, start. Okay, and I know that could be a little overwhelming if you haven't done it before, but I promise you paid advertising is going to get you so much further than just You post things to your friends on Facebook and Instagram. It could only go so far. With a paid strategy and a paid approach, you're going to reach more eyeballs and more of your perfect client, which is what's going to help your business scale. Okay, so step one is a 30-day brand awareness ad, and you can start this with as little as $5 a day. So essentially what you're doing here is, if you're going all in on video, which we absolutely do, like video, we capture everything. It's helped us actually, from, like I mentioned, from a branding standpoint, helped us become the go-to facility in our city. We capture everything. So there are going to be videos that when you natively post them into your own profiles, Instagram, Facebook, that maybe they get an organic reach that's higher than most. That's how you know that you're going to want to put paid dollars into that video. So for example, the lady on the left here, this is one of my perfect clients. Her name is Christine, as you can read there. Formerly 300 pounds, was a former athlete, a mom of 5. So already there, that tells you what? She's a mom, okay? She was overweight, and this is her journey. So who do you think is watching this video? My perfect client, moms who have multiple kids and who are looking to get back into a healthy routine. So by the time this was over in 30 days, I believe I had approximately 10,000 people who viewed the video 75 to 95% of the way through. And the beautiful thing about it is that this video was about 8 to 10 minutes long. So what this strategy is on Facebook, if you're not aware, Facebook, you're able to gather a custom audience who views your video either halfway, 75% or 95% of the way through, and it collects that audience for you, which is extremely valuable, because then you can see who is paying attention to your stuff and who is actually wanting to know more. So, and all these videos you want to post them without a call to action. You're not wanting people to buy something on the first go around of them finding out who you are. So you just want to provide great content and great value to them up front first. Step number 2, this is when it gets interesting, because you want people to take that next step with you. So the people who have seen the video in the step number 1, 75%, 95% of the way through, whatever it is, you can now help them take that next step into either winning a free month of training at your facility or joining your intro program, so a 30-day program, 14-day, 21-day, whatever it is. You can help them take that next step, and that's retargeting them into that, so it's a warmer audience. And what we do side by side with that is also throw it out to cold audience. Basically what that means is people who don't know about you, okay? So this is what makes these campaigns a little bit more successful. And the final step, which is by far the most important step, is follow up, follow up, follow up, okay? You got to bring them in for that consultation. You got to bring them in so they can meet you face to face. They can meet some of your staff face to face, whatever the case may be. So they can actually start getting to know you, love you, and trust you, and then become a member. And here's another mindset shift. What I'm going to talk to you about right now with this topic is following up is a hard thing for a lot of gym owners and personal trainers. I don't know what necessarily is the reason for this. I don't want to pinpoint people and say that it's laziness, but I think that's a big part of it. Not wanting to pick up the phone and call somebody because you're scared, not wanting to text them over and over and over again because you don't want to bug them. Here's the mindset shift. Because you decided not to pick up the phone, because you decided not to text people over and over again to come on in, you didn't do that. And like you did more damage than you would ever know. And here's why. By not picking up the phone, by not texting people, you decided that you're not going to help another life transform. You decided that you were not going to help somebody with your services, and you ultimately help these people at another failed attempt at wanting to take that next step in their fitness journey, all because you didn't want to pick up the phone or text them. I know that sounds a little harsh. I know that might sound, might be a little gut check, but I promise you this mindset shift here that I'm sharing with you has helped our business grow in quantum leaps. And the reason why is because I go into every phone call, every text message relentless, because I want to change another life. I want to transform my community with my service, not anyone else's, my services. And I'm going to be relentless until they come in, because we know that we can be those, that gym for them. We know that we can be that service for them. So that is the mindset shift when it comes to following up. Please make this a priority in this entire process of client acquisition. This is the most important. Okay. Now, I have one final challenge before we move on to the next C in the system here. This final challenge is a bonus strategy, and it's only for the brave. Okay, so if this already doesn't sound like you might want to just kind of sit back and wait for the next C to a dream studio. So this challenge, I guarantee, will transform your business, and it will transform the way that you acquire clients. And this challenge is 1 video a day for 365 days. I know a lot of people, probably their jobs just dropped right now. And here's the thing. I took this on, and last year, October 1st, 2018, I completed this 1 video a day challenge, 365 videos. Now, let me ask everyone this. Do you think that that might have changed something in my business? Do you think doing this might have changed something in my personal brand? And the answer would be yes. And here's the thing. The reason why is because the conversations that we're having with people coming in through the door are monumentally different. People are coming in now like, oh my God, you're the guy from the video. Oh my God, I just watched that workout video you just posted. Oh my God, I just saw that nutrition thing that was so helpful. How much better do you think that conversation, consultation, sales process goes with the people coming in when they already have watched all your stuff? It's extremely beneficial, and it's very easy to help them with that next step. So I pose this challenge to you, and like I mentioned, only for the brave people who want to take this on. I've had a lot of people in the past year that I've mentioned this to, and they have taken it on. Some finished it, some didn't. But I guarantee you that if you take this on, please friend me, follow me, and let me know that you're doing this so I can keep you accountable and share some tips on the best way to do this. And I promise it'll change everything for you. All right, moving on to client experience. Okay, so this is the second C to a dream small studio. So essentially, client experience, now that we have acquired our perfect clients, we worked very, very hard to do that. And now that we have them in our doors, now it is all about the experience. It is all about creating a wow factor for that perfect client. And here's how we do that. So it starts with learning from the best. It starts from learning from different companies who have got this right. Nordstrom, Ritz-Carlton, the Walt Disney Company, Southwest, the Four Seasons, Trader Joe's, Amazon, Zappos, just to name a few. Maybe you've heard of these people. So here's the thing. I love studying these types of companies that are outside of the fitness industry, because you don't want to always pigeonhole yourself. Learning from the industry, because you don't see things from outside perspective. There's a ginormous world out there, a business world that you can learn from. And all these companies do something to go above and beyond for their clients, for their customers, that it is worth learning. So, and when you actually partake in the company itself and see it face to face, it's a whole different animal. So for example, the Ritz-Carlton, I stayed there one time for my girlfriend's birthday, and I had so many things that I wanted to do to the room, like a birthday card, a flower set, and a bunch of stuff. And my God, it was the easiest thing ever. And like, they made that experience so phenomenal. And when we walked in for check-in, so many people knew our names already, and the whole thing was just so impressive. And I took a lot out of that, right? So easy as something as every single time a member walks in through your doors at your gym or your wherever it is that you're training, greeting them by name, because everybody knows that their name is music to their ears, giving them a big old hug, whatever it is that you do to create that wow factor, something as little as that. So you want to study these companies, you want to study as much as you can about client experience, and not just about the other parts of business. So this is like a whole thing that I would love for you to study. So just to name a few. All right, So with our gym business here at Faster Fitness, we're always celebrating milestones. So we're always celebrating people even losing 1 pound, 1 pound, half a pound, whatever it is. We're high-fiving, we're hugging, we're telling them, I'm so proud of you, because here's the thing. Tell me another place that these average individuals can go to in their life, that like a place like our gym, your gym, where they do something great for themselves, they've reached a milestone, a result, and then they have someone actually tell them, man, I am so proud of you, all your hard work has paid off. There's not that many places out there for these people there, and we're that place. We're that third place for them, like Cheers. You know, I'm sure you've heard this analogy before, and it's so true. You know, so we want to make sure that we celebrate and just post about it, make them feel great, and have that be the best day or best week of their life. So you can see here again, my perfect client on the left, Christine, when she was 300 pounds, that is her pants. She can now fit into one leg of those pants. Absolutely amazing. We had to post that. Client on the left, one of my first personal training clients, celebrated 6 years with me, became a great friend of mine. So we have to post about that. So always creating these experiences. We have to bring the community together. Guys, I can't even express to you enough how important community and relationships are. The best marketing strategy that I can ever teach you and I can ever explain to you is caring for people, caring for your community, caring about relationships so much more than anyone else in their life. You become family to them and you actually show them. So other ways that we can bring community together is charity workouts. We do a lot of charity work here for local charities. So breast cancer awareness, autism, so many different ones to name a few. And we do that to bring the community together, raise money for it, and just feel good all around. Themed workouts every single holiday. It doesn't even have to be a holiday, just theme it out. Last week, we did an 80s themed workout where I dressed up as MC Hammer, and people absolutely loved it. So you can see my picture right here on the right. Like, I'm dressed in a pink Power Ranger outfit for breast cancer awareness. And so I'm not afraid to be silly. I'm not afraid to do this. Even if it's out of your comfort zone, do it. If it's in your comfort zone, do it even bigger, because this is the kind of experience that your clients are desperately wanting. And this is the kind of experience that makes them stay with you. Okay, so other ways that you can do this: obstacle course races. Spartan is a very big thing. Other local obstacle course races. Create a team with your clients and watch them just enjoy this experience. Sky Zone, indoor trampoline places. If you have that, outdoor workouts and hikes. You want to take them outside of the gym, outside of wherever it is that you train from time to time, just to change up the environment, because you get a little bit better of a connection with them outside of the gym. Everyone here, like I mentioned earlier, is an expert at something. Everyone here, whether if it's just fitness, nutrition, mindset, start setting up workshops so people can learn from you in a deeper way, in a deeper level, where they can get to know you better and you can provide them a better result with your expertise. I promise you that goes such a long way. And then barbecues, you want to feed them. It is good for business when you feed them. All right, so you want to make sure that, again, it's all about experiences. That's all it's about. And the reason why, too, is why we focus so much on community, experiences, relationships, is because we can post pictures like these. We could post very happy faces, people that are having an amazing time with us. And when they post these pictures on their social media, it is a case of FOMO to all of their followers, right? So FOMO, fear of missing out. It's like, man, that gym is doing so many amazing things. Like, my gym doesn't do that. My trainer doesn't do that. I might go check them out. You see how that works? So it starts here. And you want to provide so much more than just the workout. So if you can, screenshot this, write down these books, because these books have been a transformative tool and an experience tool to make our clients smile and happy every single day. Because these books here are short, powerful chapters, short, powerful stories that you can read at the end of class and at the end of your sessions. So it gets your clients to think a little bit bigger, a little bit clearer about certain things that they're going through in their life, whatever the case may be. these books do it for them. So I highly recommend that after watching this, go to Amazon, put this in your cart, purchase it, and then start reading. So you start there, and then you start becoming a better speaker. You start becoming a little bit more confident with these stories and about mindset. So you start doing it on your own, which is something I do now. So I started with reading this, and now every time that I coach my sessions, I now always have a little talk. I always have a little talk of whatever it is, like the podcast that I just listened to, a book that I just read, and I just share messages with my clients, and they absolutely love it. So please do that and provide so much more than a workout. Now we have gone to the last C to a dream small studio, and this is client retention. So we learned everything about how to acquire our perfect customer. We learned how to provide an amazing experience day after day after day. And now we want to talk about how we can keep them there for life, how they can become a lifer, is what I like to call them, in your business, in your services. So your goal every single month is to have less than a 5% attrition. So basically what that means is that out of 20 clients, if you're losing 1 out of 20, then you should probably place a greater focus on retention, quality of service, and longer term commitments. If you do not know this KPI, if you don't know this key performance indicator in your business, I strongly suggest that you look back at the previous months or the previous years and see how many people per month you are losing. And if that number is a little scary, and because looking at numbers is sometimes a scary thing, but I promise you, when you place a focus on your numbers in your business, you can see where you need to improve. You can see what you need to do in the months ahead to make sure that your business is scaling and make sure that your business is always doing better and better. And this is a great KPI to always have your hands on every single month. Okay, so this is a goal where your attrition is less than 5%. And how do we do this? How do we actually retain people? Well, truthfully, it starts with you. You're doing it right now. Watching this, getting better, and becoming a smarter and better business owner, better trainer, you doing that right now, you're ahead of the game. So keeping it fresh, never stop learning. You're going to conferences, you're masterminding with other fitness professionals. You have to collaborate. Again, don't think about competition. Collaborate with one another. Talk to your quote unquote competition. I have a competitor who's, I'm not even exaggerating, I think it's like 2.1 miles away from me, that we are great friends with each other and we bounce ideas off of each other. And technically, yes, we're competitors, but that doesn't stop us from having a great relationship and learning from each other. And then you always want to find that edge on how you can just be better than you were yesterday. So it just always starts with you and your willingness to be a better business owner and overall better trainer wherever you are in your career path. Just be better every single day. Now, let me ask you guys this. When was the last time that you took out one of your best clients to lunch? And I recently asked this at a conference that I was speaking at, and probably 2 or 3 people raised their hands out of the entire room. And that was a little disheartening because your clients have all the answers that you can ever hope for. All the questions that you have, they can answer it for you. Next time, a week from now, a couple of weeks from now, take your best clients out to lunch. Start it off with, hey, Christine, I just wanted to take you out to lunch because I want to let you know that I value you as a member. You're our favorite member, our one of our best clients. And I just love you so much, and I thank you for your loyalty, and just kind of wanted to show my love for you. You started off that way. Then as lunch progresses, like, hey, would love to get to know some feedback, because I want you to know that your voice is always heard here. And you know that I'm always trying to improve the facility. I'm always trying to improve my services. So what do you think you want to see more of? What do you think you want to see less of? What didn't you like about XYZ? You see where this is going? So obviously you're making somebody feel great because you took the time out of your day, out of your week to take them out, spend some time with them. And I can't even begin to express how does that make them feel, that you're getting that connect time with them. And it's just a win-win situation. So I recently did this, and I do this a lot, and it's definitely helped us make over our gym time and time again, make our services better, make our experience so much better. And guess what? Those people that you take out, that's a retention tool right there. That's a retention tool for them to stay even longer with you. So make sure that you take them out to lunch. I guarantee you that it's absolutely worth it. Here are other strategies that I have that we do at Faster Fitness that maybe you can start putting into play. Every single member, part of their membership is that they have access to one-on-one strategy sessions. So because it is a large group gym and we have multiple members, close to 200, it's hard to kind of individualize the experience, but we do our best to do that. And the best way to do that is telling them that they have access to this one-on-one strategy session. Essentially, we spend 15 to 30 minutes talking about things related to their workouts, nutrition. Maybe they're just going through some sort of block right now, barrier that they're going through, and we help them through that. So think of it as a little, therapy session or whatever it is, right? Like, it's just, again, a deeper connection with them. And a lot of them are going to take advantage of it. A lot of them won't, and that's okay. But as long as they have to know that they have access to that. So that has been a game changer for us. Another thing on how to scale your business and create retention as well. Accountability on specialty groups. All right, so this is where you take 10, 20 people that are joining a new type of program. So outside of what you already do with exercise and nutrition, you put them into a group. Example of this, that's something I did last year. I was going on a vacation. I was about 12 weeks out, and I was like, hey, you know what the heck? I want to work out with some of my members. So I decided to do a train with me. I believe I was going to, I was going to Hawaii. Yeah, I was going to Hawaii, and I called it Maui Wowie Hot Body Program or something silly, right? So it was like 8 weeks long. And these people trained with me very, very hard for 3 days a week for the full 8 weeks. Every single one of those people pays an extra $100, and there you go. So I had 10 people join that, extra $1,000. And that's just fun. I'm working out, so that's like cool. So I mean, when you think about things like that, where, for example, Weight Watchers, right? So Weight Watchers, they do have something right where they have the community, where they come in weekly, they weigh in, they talk about how the week was for them, and then the week ahead. So that's all about community. You can do that too. So it could be as simple as an accountability program where we just talk about weigh-ins and we talk about goals, or it's a little bit more focused on nutrition. Whatever your expertise is, you can do a specialty program on that. And then the ultimate takeaway here is that it's a deeper connection with your tribe. Okay, so it's a tribe within a tribe, where you are just increasing the relationship and the amount of time that they're here with you. You can charge anywhere from $49 to $100 a month, 10, 20 people, $490 to $980 a month extra to your bottom line. So we all can use that type of money, and this is a great way on how to do that. And then ultimately, the last thing that you can do is offer higher end programs. So there's always going to come a day where clients, quote unquote, outgrow whatever it is that you're doing. And you see a lot of this in large group programs like boot camps and stuff like that. And what you want to do is make sure that you can ascend them to the next level. You want to make sure that there's something after when they kind of, graduate whatever they've been doing for a year or two, and move them up to the next level. So for us, team training, that's kind of like our base, general fitness, I would call it, where they can be there for between 1 and 3 years, get very, very strong, and then they move to our small group private sessions where we start focusing more on strength training, weightlifting, and all of that. So again, retention tool, they just stay there much longer with us. So now, those are the 3 C's to a dream small studio. I hope you guys took a lot of notes on that. And I want to go ahead and wrap it up with this. I want to wrap it up with this quote here: be happy, never satisfied. I live by these words here, okay? And living by these words, I'm always happy with the amount of transformation that we've done in our community. I'm very happy with where the business currently is right now. But the thing is, I'm never satisfied. I always have that drive to want to be a better version of myself. I always have that drive to want to have a bigger business, more transformation, but I always forget the first word of that, happy, okay? And the reason I mention this is because in this industry, it could be very easy to forget about why we do what we do. And something that I've always held true to my heart when I started this when I was 19 years old. I opened my facility up when I was 19. I dropped out of college to do this because I felt that it was a distraction for me to go all in. When I opened up my studio, I only had $100 left in my bank account. So the definition of all in was there. And to see where the business has come is absolutely amazing, especially with the little amount of space that I had, 1,900 square feet. All of this came to fruition Christmas of 2016. Christmas of 2016, you know, sometimes we wait last minute to kind of give gifts or whatever the case may be. So I was in that predicament with my parents. I'm an only child. My parents are immigrants from El Salvador. So they worked their butts off to get here. My dad is the original entrepreneur, had 3 businesses. When he first moved here to America when he was 17, half of his income went to his mom back in El Salvador. So he is my real life hero. So I wanted to give them something nice, you know, something nice in 2016. So what I did, I went to their house just to kind of pick up some mail. And then what I noticed was some papers lying around that were just opened, you know, and while looking through my stack, I saw some credit card bills with a massive balance on them. I saw an IRS collection statement with a massive debt there. And I was just in disbelief when I was seeing this. I was in disbelief that how can 2 hardworking people have this kind of you know, barrier and this kind of obstacle that they're facing, and I didn't even know about it. They don't really talk much about money and finances. So I always said that if I was able to create something out of myself and I was able to have a successful business, that I would give back as much as I can to the 2 most important people in my life. And that year, that Christmas, their Christmas gift was me going to the bank and calling IRS and paying a 5-figure debt in full. Right, so I did that, and then I presented that to them at Christmas. And to date, that is by far the best accomplishment that I have ever done in my professional and personal career. And I did that with very little, you know, little space, little help, and, you know, and I share this story with you because you can have this kind of impact with very little. You don't need much to create this kind of transformation with not only your clients, but actually have an impact in the lives of people that you care about and want to give back. So I wanted to share that with you, just to share with you what is possible with what you are dealt with, and to share some hope that you are able to create an amazing, thriving business with, like I mentioned, something not that big. So I appreciate every single person listening to my presentation here. Would love to continue this conversation by following me, and would love to help in any way possible. Again, thank you so much for listening to this presentation today.
Awesome. Thanks, Ivan. We really appreciate you taking the time to share your expertise. And, you know, I loved your video of the day challenge, as well as your thoughts on bringing the community together. I think those are really great, high impact ideas. And I especially want to thank you for sharing your story at the end. It was very inspirational and beautiful. I thought you did a fantastic job today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate that very much.
Oh, absolutely. It's our pleasure. Thank you. All right, everyone. So we're going to go ahead and move into a short Q&A with ASF Payment Solutions, our sponsor of today's webinar. Sean Kirby, the Vice President of Client Relations for ASF, will be answering some questions as it relates to payment processing and member engagement systems. Now, if you have a question for Ivan about today's webinar, Please add your question to the chat section below, and Ivan will do his best to answer them as quickly as he can. All right, so Sean, the first question that came in is, what can ASF offer to help my studio take my client's experience to the next level?
That's a great question. The primary thing that we always want to do with our clients is give them the tools and the service and the support so they can engage with their members. That's the most important aspect of training studios. So, for example, if you look at our mobile application for members, this gives the studio owners the opportunity to engage with their members through the mobile app with things such as messages. So when every member opens up the app, there can be a display message that is there for them every day, and it can be something new that you're either promoting or announcing or communicating with your members, whether it's running some kind of a promotion to engage more people to bring a friend into workout, or if you are looking to promote certain classes, there's also what we call a feature event. So now that kind of training time can be featured as this is a primary function that we want you to participate in and get your members more engaged that way. It also makes it real easy if the studios are offering any kind of options in regards to purchasing additional sessions or anything of that nature, or scheduling themselves. They can easily go into the app. They can view all the training schedules that are going on. They can register for an event, and if for some reason they don't have a membership that includes the event that they want to participate in, or they've run out of participating session tickets, they can actually right there online on the mobile app purchase additional sessions and then show up for the training.
Oh, I love that. That sounds like a tremendous time saver and a great way to stay organized. I think that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So what are your best practices for reporting when it comes to client retention?
Again, another good question. With studios, because they can be smaller and more engaged with their members, and you have more of that face-to-face, it's still incredibly important to, believe it or not, just look at attendance, okay? Believe it or not, attendance is one of the #1 criteria for measuring the success of locations, because the more a member is involved in using that membership, they will continue to find that membership valuable. They will continue to find that training valuable. And as long as they see that as valuable, they're going to continue to pay, and they're going to continue to be retained as a long-term member. Our software provides a number of different reports, but probably one of the more important ones is a 30, 60, 90-day report. What it does is it looks at attendance trends of your members within the first 3 months of their membership, and you're looking for patterns to see, are they increasing, are they decreasing, are you seeing some type of a drop-off? By utilizing those types of reports, now you have the ability to try and again, engage back into a relationship with that member. You can use tools such as emails, text messaging, create follow-up tasks so that you're reaching out to that person. So you want to have the ability to use the software as a tool to create a face-to-face engagement with that person. And the more you can do that, the more successful that you're going to be. Additionally, you always want to look at attendance reports and activity of your members as they are approaching their expiration date. You want to make sure that they are continuing to stay engaged with your facility. If something has stopped, if something has changed, it's important to find out what has changed. When they initially joined the facility, when they initially joined your studio, they had something in mind, whether it was a goal or an achievement that they were looking to gain. They had something in their head that said, this is what I want to do. And somewhere along the way, they may have lost that focus. So that's where you need to go back and figure out ways to track who may have lost that focus and then re-engage them into your studio.
Oh, I love that. I love that. The next question that came in, we offer several training modalities and reservations are a headache for us. Can you share more about your scheduler?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. our scheduler and our mobile application really do work hand in hand, okay? The scheduler has just a tremendous amount of tools that can be utilized by a studio owner, but the purpose of it is to make it a very simple user interface and a user experience. So we don't want it to be so complicated that you can't achieve your goals. So for example, our scheduler is flexible enough to where you can create, we have what's called a room designer. Well, a studio may not have, a bunch of different rooms, but they have different areas within the studio where they have certain types of training. They may have multiple training classes going on at one time. So they'll want to maybe mark that up within the scheduler so they know what area is being used and what's their max capacity within that area. Again, this gives you size and control mechanisms where you can make sure that you are not overbooking the room. When your members go into the mobile app and they go to look at a certain training class that may be going on, when they go to register for it, there may be a limitation as to how many you can handle at one point in time. Well, if for some reason you fill that class up and now somebody still wants to maybe, hey, can I still get in there? They can actually go onto a waiting list. And then from there, if somebody maybe cancels on that class, you'll have an automatic notification that'll let the member know that, hey, you've just been moved into an active participating role within this class. The scheduler is very user-friendly with simple click and drag features, great different views that you can utilize, and then it also works hand in hand with being able to check your members into those classes very easily.
Great, thank you. So the next question. As a studio owner, my time is of the utmost importance. How does ASF help keep me organized?
God, great question. Studio owners have to be so flexible and so versatile in everything that they do. With smaller businesses, you obviously, you can be anywhere from the president of your company to the janitor, and we respect, the hard work that absolutely goes into maintaining that type of a business. Our goal, ASF's goal, is to streamline your time so that you can stay engaged with your members. I had a conversation literally just last week with an owner of training studios. He has several training studios, and one of the things that was frustrating for him was that they were still, believe it or not, printing out paper check-in lists for their classes and their events, and that took him about 10 minutes per class to check somebody in. Well, 10 minutes may not sound like a lot of time. Okay, it's just 10 minutes. But with our self-check-in application that works off of an iPad or even off of a mobile phone, it allows you to literally have your members check themselves in, either by looking themselves up with a name or being able to use their mobile application and scan their barcode right off the iPad. And now they can literally say, I'm checking in for not just attending the studio, but into this event that you've got scheduled at 10 a.m. Well, now you take away that 10 minutes. You think about that every 10 minutes for every class that you have during the day throughout the rest of the week times this guy has 11 locations. Okay, that's a lot of payroll. That calculates to the bottom line. Those are the little things that we want to take steps in helping you manage better so that you can grow and be more successful.
Great, thank you. So it looks like we have one more question. And the final question is, can you speak more to your payment processing service? Is it easy to set up, and is there support to get started?
Yes, absolutely. Our payment processing has really been, the backbone of ASF, since 1973. We are a very established company understanding the needs for payment processing and the flexibility that different businesses may need in payment processing. So, for example, Some studios may want us to just come in and draft their payments and then leave the rest to them. Others would like for us to do a little bit more follow-up for maybe up to about a 30-day period of time. Others may want us to continue to communicate with the member for up to 90 to 120 days to try and, again, keep them engaged within the studio. That kind of full turnkey approach that we can offer will, give the clients options. Okay, memberships can include a certain number of sessions that they can participate in within the month of their payment. We offer different flexible payment methods as well as time frames. So, for example, you don't necessarily have to charge someone on a monthly basis. You could charge them on a weekly basis or a bi-weekly basis. And then, of course, all of that is integrated with the software, with the mobile application, and easy access tools for your members to be able to take care of any kind of situations that may come up. I think a lot of times studio owners do get concerned in regards to the communication with their members, because your members are your greatest asset, and we believe that. We know that. So when we're communicating with your members, we're understanding that something came up. They had every intention of trying to make a payment, but something happened. So we're solution-based people in regards to helping you solve whatever that hiccup may have been. We know that they want to get into the facility. If for some reason we see a break in their pattern, we look at their attendance records and we see, hey, you haven't been attending over the past 2 or 3 weeks. What happened? What's changed? We want to try and have a conversation with your member and then try to get them back into your facility and encourage them to communicate with the studio owners or the studio staff. So all those types of things are involved in our payment processing. They can be added, they can be deleted, whatever the studio owner feels most comfortable with. And then, of course, getting set up, we provide full training, combination of videos, webinars, and even live one-on-one training with all of our clients. The more comfortable they are utilizing the software, the longer they are going to be a client of ASF and understand that they are a partner with us, and it's going to, again, free up their time so they can focus on the engagement with their members. Because in all honesty, every studio owner, the reason you got involved in this business was because you enjoyed training. You enjoyed getting people results. Last thing you want to do is spend time on payment processing and organizing software. You want to have more time in front of your members face-to-face and being able to engage them that way.
Thanks, Sean. That's great. And you hit that right on the head. The last thing you want is to be chasing down payments and having to worry about that. So having an easy system in place is really where it's at. So I love that. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer these questions. It was very helpful.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be a part of this, being a part of AFS, listening to Ivan speak today. We greatly appreciate this opportunity, and we're looking forward to a terrific year, and looking forward to meeting more and more studio owners.
Oh, it was our pleasure. Thanks again. All right, everyone. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up the conversation for today. To our expert presenter, Ivan, thank you again for such an outstanding presentation. We really appreciate it. We'd also like to thank everyone for listening in and taking time out of your busy schedules to join us. And a final big thank you to our sponsor, ASF Payment Solutions. If you'd like to learn more on ASF Payment Solutions, you can do so by filling out the brief form to the top right of this webinar. So until next time, everyone, thank you for tuning in to this edition of the AFS webinar series, and we'll talk again very, very soon.